The realization of insignificance of human life is necessary for a person to have in order to grow. This realization breaks the ego with which he self-identifies. And after the shackles of ego and self-identification are broken, a man goes in search for something significant, and the only significant thing he can find in the whole world is death. When a person is born, he gets a name, something to self-identify with, gets parents, relatives, etc. Then the person grows up, goes to school, makes friends there, and starts indulging himself into worldly affairs. This engagement brings aspirations. When aspirations get fulfilled, it boosts the person's ego. And if they don't, person goes into depression, claiming he lost this and that and whatnot. This entanglement in worldly desires, engagement and aspirations do nothing but grasp you more and more into living an ordinary life unaware of the truth. The ego feeds off your desire to be something else. You are poor, you want to become rich. You are dumbwit, you want to become wise. You are wretched nobody, you want significance. Ego lives in the tension created by aspiration. All of our life we spend on running behind petty desires, accomplishing them and dying trying to die with the ego. The facade created by our demanding ego and continuous self-identification keeps us oblivious of the universal truth of death. But why do such things happen? Why a person keeps himself entangled with the world, not realizing the mortality of it? Well, it is the same thing asking why water is wet and fire is hot. It is its nature, this is what it is meant to do. It is meant to entice you, entrap you, enthrall you, prevent you from the brutal truths. So can death or mere thought of it be our savior? The answer is yes. Buddha, while roaming around in his city, saw a dead man. He curiously asked his charioteer who this man is. Charioteer was hesitant to answer because he knew the astrologer's prediction that the day Buddha got to know about death, he would renounce the world. Buddha asked again, "Answer me." Charioteer was in a dilemma. He reluctantly said he is a dead man. Buddha asked again, "What is death?" Charioteer said it is the state where Atma, the living force, leaves the body. Buddha asked, "Will I also die one day?" Charioteer with a pause said, "Yes, you will die too." That was the night Buddha left everything behind in search of enlightenment. When people used to come to Buddha to renounce the world, he used to send them to live in Samshana, the cremation ground, for 3 months. What happens in Samshana? This is very beautifully explained in the book named Aghora at the Left Hand of God by Robert E. Svoboda. The best place to learn about death is Samshana. It is the true temple. If you go to an ordinary temple and see a beautiful lady or handsome man there, you forget about deity and prayer and start thinking about how to get hold of that person. But if the same thing happens in Samshana, you will think, yes, he or she will be burnt too. When one goes to live in Samshana, the first loss is disgust, as you get used to living among corpses and all other filthy things. After elimination of disgust, fear also gets eliminated. As you learn more about death in Samshana, it stops scaring you. After fear goes, shame goes, as you are no longer to walk nude and to do what needs to be done. The Samshana is called Shar-e-Karmosh, the city of silence. No one goes there to sing or dance or laugh or to enjoy themselves. No one goes there without being forced to do so, and all those who do go cry for their loved ones who have left their bodies. Everyone cries except the corpses. They laugh because at last they have been set free from their earthly shackles. Death is priceless. It is invaluable. If there was no death in the world, renunciation wouldn't exist either. If there was no death, no religions would exist, nobody would think about God, no prayers would exist. Buddha, Christ, Krishna, Mahavir, Muhammad would not exist. Death is very kind. It tells us about the mortal nature of the world and pushes us towards enlightenment. Death causes revolutions. Even if a normal prudent person doesn't want to think about death and wants to spend life in happiness, if you want to make your life a celebration of bliss. So the only way is to let ego be erased. Ego is sadness. Ego is hell. There is no sorrow and no hell except ego. And where ego is diminished, that's where the gates of heaven open. And those gates are within you. Heaven is your naturalness. Hell is your misconception. It is hell to forget oneself. It is heaven to recognize oneself.